I should have put you somewhere where no one could find you. Mansion out in the sticks with nothing around you. Katy, Texas, Dallas, Texas, you know a different environment. Cause you got desires. I know.
Hey y'all, it's me, Slay by Jordan. And the company we'll be working with today is One More Hair. They sent me over this 613 frontal and bundles. We have a 20-inch 13x4 frontal and 4 bundles of 24-inch. The bundles were full. I like that the ends were blunt. It was super soft. Like, I was really surprised. Like, this was some really good quality 613 hair. And once again, this is a 13x4 frontal, transparent lace, and it does come pre-plucked, and the knots are not super huge. Let's get into the look. So I did dark roots. I used Revlon medium ash brown. But y'all, my roots turned black, and I was so confused. But you know what? I was like, you know what? I'ma just rock with it. That's why I didn't record me applying the roots, cause girl, I wanted brown roots, and it came out black, and I was just like, oh my god. But now let's get into this frontal quick weave. What I'm doing now, I already have her braided straight to the back. I'm taking my wrap strips and I'm covering all of her braids, all of the parts that are going to be where tracks are going to be glued. But either way it goes, I just basically covered the whole head with wrap strips. And then after that, we're going to put a stocking cap, a new stocking cap on top of that. And then I'm going to sew that down, and then I'll come back in a second, you know, just to make sure I don't tell y'all too much at one time and show y'all what I do. But just make sure you cover every piece of your braids that's going to have tracks glued with those wrap strips. That's going to keep your hair protected from the glue, and no glue will seep through whatsoever.
Katy, Texas, Dallas, Texas, you know a different environment. Cause you got desire. I know. Cause you got desire. I know. Cause you got desire. Ooh, shawty, you tried it. Force getting filled with it.
After we sew that cap down, we're going to flip that cap back, and we're going to cut off all those excess wrap strips that we don't need. And I'm going to cut it to where the back of the frontal would stop, or like at least like halfway. That way we don't have any wrap strips on her hairline, because that's where we're going to do our ball cap at. You just basically, like I said in the beginning, voiceovers, you just want to make sure that all the braids that will have tracks glued on top of them are covered with wrap strips. And now we're going to put that cap back down, and we're going to proceed with our ball cap method. I'm not going to let the cap just sit on her face today. I'm going to let her pull it down, stretch it out. That way it doesn't mess up her lashes or her makeup. We're going to cut our ear holes out. And then we're going to take our freeze spray, and we're going to spray that hairline. I don't just spray the spray across the hairline any kind of way or straight across. I always spray it in the shape of their hairline. I use my cap as an outline for how I'm going to lay my glue, and that turns around and that becomes the hairline of the wig. And I want it to mimic their natural hairline because it'll look more natural. When you spray your, well, not necessarily, because you can have a straight hairline on your cap and still apply your glue in the shape of their hairline, but I just feel like it's more easier this way. If you see your cap is in the shape of the hairline, you will lay your glue in the shape of the hairline. And because if you lay your glue in the shape of a straight across, it's going to give off wig vibes. You need your dips and your, you know, whatever, your widow's peaks and all that. That's what makes your hairline look even more natural. Sorry for rambling. I just had to give y'all a little bit more information on why I do that. But I just spray my free spray in the shape of the hairline. And then for the back, since this is a frontal quick weave, bond in, glue in, whatever y'all call it, where y'all from, we going to put glue on the tracks in the back. I'm taking my Pump It Up Gold Spritz, and we're going to spray that all over the cap where the tracks will be. And you want to make sure you get that really wet so that cap can be really sticky and really hard. Her hair is fully protected, and I want y'all to really understand this. Like, her hair is fully protected from the glue. When she takes this out, there will be absolutely no glue on her hair. I don't even have to put the spritz on the cap. The wrap strips literally blocks all the glue from seeping through. But the spritz just help the track stay on the cap more longer. So, yeah. Now taking my Ruby Kisses. I think we used level 12 maybe 14. I'm not sure. I just put the same makeup I put on her cap. I put it on the bottom and top of her frontal. And then we're going to start positioning this frontal on her head. So now I'm going to show you how I position my frontals on the head for frontal quick weaves and frontal sew-ins. I always line the middle up. So what I do is I put the hairline of the frontal in front of the line of the cap. And I make sure that the hairline is in front of the cap all the way across the hairline. And I make sure that stretching the frontal flesh to the skin. That way there is no bubbles or no lumps or anything like that. It's just going to lay all flat. Now, once you do this, you are not done yet. I like to part the hair in the middle just to make sure like everything is, just in place. And then I tell her to release one of her hands and I'm gonna go across the back and I'm gonna make sure that's flesh to the skin as well. And once I have that tight and taut, I'm gonna hold that and then make sure it's tight and taut in the front as well. Then I'm gonna tell her to put her hand back in that position. So making sure that there's no bubbles, no humps in the back. And then we're going to make sure it's none in the front as well. As you can see, I'm making sure that everything is in front of that cap line and it's tight in the front and the back. And boom, your frontal is perfectly positioned. Now you can go ahead and sew it down. I start from the middle, sew from the middle to all the way down to one side, and then start from the middle again and sew the other side down. That ensures that you have no lumps, no humps, no bubbles in your frontal when you part it. Everything is just flat. And after we cut her ear tabs out, it's now time to apply our adhesive. We're gonna place the adhesive in front of the cap and make sure it's getting on that skin. And just smooth it back as thin as possible and evenly. And you wanna make sure that every coat turns fully clear before you apply another one. And of course, we did 4 layers. I used to apply my adhesive with a wooden stick, but I bought a bunch of wooden sticks, like 1,000 wooden sticks, and I lost them. So then I just started using the end of the eyebrow razor, and I just been doing that lately. That's just my new thing now. So you can smooth back your glue. You can smooth back your glue with the end of a rat tail comb. You can use the end of a eyebrow razor. You can use a wooden stick. I see some people use their fingers. Just do whatever works for you, baby. And we did 4 layers, of course. After that last layer is dry, we're going to go ahead and proceed to lay that lace down. We're going to use the teeth of our comb and our hands to make sure that lace is perfectly in place. And then after that, we're going to blow dry that lace, interchanging between hot and cool air on high. And before I tie her lace down, we're going to go ahead and pre-part her hair. Today we're going to do a deep side part. You know, the girls love a side part. I feel like the side parts are now the new middle parts. Like, the side part just gives every time. And we're just going to part that out the way, and then we're going to clip that up, and then we're going to tie her lace down with our elastic band. And then we're going to proceed to glue these bundles in the bag. Okay, period. So now I'm just taking my 30-second bunding glue, and we're just going to glue those tracks in. I was only able to get 3 bundles in because we didn't have a lot of space in the back due to the fact that we used a previous braid down. If we would have did a new braid down, I would have definitely been able to get the 4 bundles in because I would have made her bottom base nape braid lower. But we still got 3 bundles in, and it was still pretty full if you ask me. So yeah. After laying your tracks from side to side all the way up to the top, this is the point where you want to stop and just start laying your tracks straight across. You don't have to curve them in a U shape no more. Just do them straight across in a horizontal line. All of her tracks are in, and now it's time to take that elastic band off and cut her excess lace off using our eyebrow razor. Going in with my Care wax stick and my Beyond the Zone Turn Up the Heat spray and my hot comb, we're just gonna lay that part. We're gonna lay the hairs by the part. We're gonna lay them really flat. We want a flat install, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. And I also make sure I take my rat tail comb and I just straighten up my part and get it really precise. So now I'm just separating out my hairs for my baby hairs. We're just gonna keep it simple today. We're gonna do 2 baby hairs around the temple and then 2 sideburns. If I didn't tell y'all, after I finished coloring her roots, I did go ahead and tone the knots using some white conditioner and a few drops of Adore Honey Brown. That tones your knots to like a honey color, and it just blends in better with like it just blends in better with the skin, because like if you don't, like your knots will be like super white. And with transparent lace, that's kind of hard to blend, especially when you don't use lace tint and you just use makeup. So I really do prefer that you guys start like toning your 613 knots. It'll really help make a flawless blend. And like I said, all I use is white conditioner and a few drops of Adore Honey Brown. It's gonna look like a greenish solution, greenish little funky color. Put that on the frontal like you bleaching the knots. Leave it on for like 5 minutes and then rinse it off, and you in the game, baby. So now we're gonna take our Hair Flex hairspray and we're gonna spray that lace down. We're finna get that lace melted. That is my all-time favorite hairspray. Oh my God, I cannot live without it. And once we do that, we're gonna tie that down for about 5 minutes. And after it's done being tied down, we're gonna cut our baby hairs and curl them. Today I cut my baby hairs longer because my mini flat irons started malfunctioning on me. So I wanted to cut them long enough where they could be curled with my regular 1-inch flat iron. So that's why you see me cut them longer than what I normally do. Child, my mini flat irons just went out on your boy. So I had to use my regular 1-inch flat irons, which are kind of big for baby hairs. So that's why I just cut them longer than what I normally do. And yeah. After that, we're going to take our mousse and our edge comb brush, and we just going to swoop them baby hairs into place. After about 15 to 20 minutes on our hot dryer, her baby hairs are done being dry. And now we're finna get that part together. I'm just taking some powder in a lighter color than her skin tone. That way it gives a scalp effect, because if you notice when you part your hair, your scalp is lighter than your actual skin color. It's not the same color, so I try to mimic that. We're just gonna put that all in the part. And since my roots were supposed to be brown, but they turned out black, I don't know, girl. Revlon need to run me my money. I use my Clairol Root Touch-Up Pen in black just to make sure My part was clean and it blended. And yeah, this install was hitting, okay? Even with the black roots, because anybody who knows me know I hate black roots with 613 hair, but we just ain't had no choice. You couldn't have told me that my roots was gonna turn out black by using that hair dye. But just know if you use that specific color of Revlon, your roots is gonna turn black. So if you want black roots, that's the perfect dye to use. But this install still came out bomb. And you know what? I kind of actually like the black roots on her. I feel like she just has the perfect look for it. It came out really bomb. This was her graduation hairdo. Shout out to my girl. She graduated with her bachelor's. Okay, period. Don't play with her. Black girl magic. So I curled and pin curled her hair off camera while her baby hairs were drying. And now we're gonna comb out all those curls. And you're just gonna see this look form right before your eyes. And when I tell you it was giving everything, it was giving everything. Like, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And that's on period. Make sure you check the description box for links and information on this hair and how to book me. I thank you guys so much. Goodbye.